I am Dr. V.V. Kamesh, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, Aditya Engineering College. In today's session, we would like to discuss about the approximate straight line motion mechanisms, mainly Watt's mechanism, grasshopper mechanism, and other mechanisms where we are getting approximately straight line in the continuous rotation of the mechanism of input links and output links. Now, the first one is the Watt's mechanism. So, this is the linkage which we are having in this is O is a fixed point and O1 is also a fixed point. Now, these are being connected by, this is a 4 link mechanism and O1 is a fixed link and OB is one link and BA is another link and O1A is another link. So, OB and O1A these two are parallel to each other and OB-A-O1 it is a crossed 4 bar chain and OB and O1A as they are parallel, the line AB will be perpendicular to OB and O1A. Now, where we are getting the actual straight line motion mechanism or approximate straight line motion mechanism is the point that is in between AB. That means, between AB we are having one point P. So, we are tracing the point P locus to trace approximate straight line. So, the condition for this is the PB by PA. So, if you are taking in between the P and AB, suppose this is the point AB. So, on this we are taking one point. So, this is in between we are taking a point. Now, the condition for this point to trace approximate straight line is the PB by PA, that means this ratio divided by this ratio, that should be O1A this link length divided by OB, and it is not mentioned OB and O1A are equal. Okay. So, they are parallel, but they may not be equal because the P is not the midpoint of AB. So, P is one of the point on AB and the ratio has to be in relation to the links OB and O1A. Now, here if we are having some moment of the link O1A or OB, then how this will be transferred to the moment of AB, that we will see now. So, the instantaneous center of AB, that means the velocity of the point A, suppose we are taking the velocity of A and B. So, A and B they are perpendicular to O1A and OB. So, the velocity at A, velocity at B, these two are parallel to each other. Then the instantaneous center of AB lies at infinity. So, the moment of P will be almost along AB only. So, if you are having small turning effect, so OB is changed to, that means this OB we are tilting to upwards, slightly upwards. So, whenever this is tilting upwards, the vertical link the AB it is also tilting slightly with a small angle, very small angle. So, here the OB to the OB1 it is a small angle and B A dash they are also having small tilting to the right side. Okay. So, whenever the OB is moving upper side, the BA that is moving to right side slight. So, this is enabling the new position of the mechanism to be O B dash A dash O1. So, in this new position, the angle that is changing of the OB to OB1 will be theta, but the upper side, the O1A that is changing not equal to theta because of the link length changes, it is changing another angle phi. Now, we need to deduce the relation between the new positions and instantaneous center. So, whenever we are having the B A dash, that means B dash and A dash, the new positions, There we need to try the instantaneous center. Now the velocity at A, so velocity at A and velocity at B. So by considering these two, so this is the velocity at A. So at this A dash and at this B dash. Now if you join these two, we are having a line like this in between. Okay. So in this line there is a slight angle deviation to the earlier one, slight angle deviation. Now the arc BB dash, as we know earlier, whenever there is a small deviation, this is equal to r into d theta, right? The small angle whichever we are having the small angle d theta, this length subtending small arc distance, that will be equal to r into d theta. So it will be equal to OB multiplied by, so this one. So for this, on the diagram we will see this is OB, or this is OB multiplied by this theta angle. So OB multiplied by theta, that will give us arc BB dash. Now we are thinking to the approximation, arc BB dash is equal to arc AA dash. So OB multiplied by theta, that is BB dash length, and AA dash length, that will be equal to O1A multiplied with phi. Now we will get the ratio between the OB to O1A, that will be equal to phi by theta. Now here the A dash P dash, that means one of the point on the link AB. So you are taking some midway, not exactly the midpoint, so some way in between. So this is A, this is B, and now I am taking the point P in between, right. Now the instantaneous center we will find, this will be at I, the instantaneous center for this link AB, now it will be at this point. Earlier in the non-moving position, in the static position, the OB, BA, these are perpendicular, and O1A is perpendicular to AB. When these three are in the Z shape or a reversed Z shape, there the instantaneous center will be at infinity. But now we are having slight deviation. Whenever there is a slight deviation, automatically the velocity of B dash and A dash, they will be slightly altered, and now we will get instantaneous center as a clear point. Now with reference to the instantaneous center, the A dash P dash, that means take instantaneous center as the center of rotation. Now I P dash A dash, so this is the arc. So here this is I, some P dash, I P dash and A dash. So if you draw somewhere like this, this will be I, this will be some P dash and this will be some A dash. What is the distance? This will become I P dash into phi. Similarly, for this we are having B dash P dash, again the B dash P dash is also equal to I P dash into theta, right. So now we are getting the relation between the A dash P dash by B dash P dash will be equal to phi by theta. Now from this we will get the relations. So the theta by phi, the same relations, OB by O1A is equal to A dash P dash by B dash P dash, make these two are equal, and A dash P dash by B dash P dash in the new situation will be equal to the old situation AP by BP, because once you are having the AB like this and P in between, even if it is tilted like this or tilted to the left or right, the lengths parameters between this quantity and this quantity, that means P to A and P to B, always they will be at constant ratio. So A dash P dash by B dash P dash equal to AP by BP. Now, this will be equal to O1A divided by OB. In the reverse, it will be equal to PB by PA. That means, the P is dividing the link AB into two parts, link AB into two parts, one part and another part, whose lengths are inversely proportional to the lengths of the adjacent links. That means, suppose this is P, this is A, this is B, I am taking, this is the PB by PA. Whenever the numerator I am taking the PB, other side, in the right hand side, the numerator should be equal to the link length for this portion, link length for this portion. Okay. So, this is the inversely proportional, and now we will take basically this the moment of this P, that will be in the form of some 8. In 8, the vertical we are having almost approximate straight line. So, like this it will be there. So, in this, the vertical portion where we are having the moment from top to bottom in the small portion, that will be approximate straight line. It does not mean that all the total movement will be straight line, only some part of this will be approximate straight line. So, in this way, after Watt's mechanism, now we will go to Scott-Russell mechanism. This is very similar to Scott-Russell mechanism in the earlier case. Actually, the Scott-Russell mechanism is not approximate straight line mechanism, it is complete straight line, perfect straight line mechanism. Just like the Hart mechanism and Pieseler mechanism, Scott-Russell mechanism is also exact straight line mechanism. Now, somebody has done the research like the Scott and Russell, they have done some changes in the lengths, right. So, after changing in the lengths, instead of tracing a circle, now it is the point A which is having the crank, this is the moment. This tracing point is tracing now not a circle, it is tracing now ellipse. Now, why it is, we will see. Now, see earlier these lengths OA the radius, AP the connecting rod length in our slider crank mechanism similarity, and OA is equal to AP is equal to AQ in case of exact straight line mechanism, Scott-Russell mechanism. But here AP is not equal to AQ. So, point A and PQ, so this is point A and the PQ. So, somewhere in between. So, AP is not equal to AQ. So, length is changing. Whenever the link parameters are changing and one point is rotating, so these two different lengths that will act as one for the mini major axis, one for the mini minor axis, or mini or semi, whatever you call. So, the point A and the PQ, that is tracing an ellipse with semi major axis as AQ and semi minor axis as AP. So, the condition is, if point A moves in a circle, then for the point Q to move along an approximate straight line. So, the condition is the length OA must be equal to this OA, that is the radius of the tracing curve. It must be equal to AP square by AQ. Suppose we are having the circle. If it is a circle, AP and AQ both are equal. So, AP square by AQ means one of the AP and AQ will become equal, it is equal to AP. So, whenever it is moving in an exact straight line, so Q is tracing Q to Q dash in a vertical line like this. So, the exact straight line motion is the tracing of the point Q to downwards. So, like this. So, in the vertical science, the Q will have tracing another point here, the Q dash. This is approximate straight line mechanism. Okay. Now, the modification of this Scott-Russell mechanism slightly, it will enable us to have approximate straight line mechanism. Now, to this we are having another thing, the Grasshopper mechanism, another approximate straight line mechanism. So, this is a modification of modified Scott-Russell mechanism. So, just like in the research, we are having small addition or advantage over the existing one. So, modified Scott-Russell mechanism enabling us to make approximate straight line. Now, this approximate straight line contour can be traced by the point Q earlier. Now, if it is transferred to another point P, earlier in the Scott-Russell mechanism, what is the point of the P? The P is a slider here, but instead of the slider, we are having another oscillator. Another link is being added at the point P. So, the P slider pair is replaced with some rotary pair. So, this, see this, the P does not slide along the straight line, but moves in a circular arc with the center O. So, if it is the slider, it could have moving like this, but if it is joined to some other point, now it has to oscillate like this. It has to oscillate like this, right. Now, in this Grasshopper mechanism, for small angular displacement of the OP, that means here, see, in the earlier modified Scott-Russell mechanism, we are having this OA, that is being very small thing here. OA is moving to OA to OA1, that means a small angular displacement here, and this length AQ, that is being as a bigger one. Now, this point P, instead of slider, it is being an oscillator, right. Now, the point Q and PA, that is to trace approximately a straight line Q, Q dash. So, in this we are having Q, Q dash. The condition is the same thing earlier, AP square by AQ. Same condition for the earlier also. Whatever we have the earlier discussion about AP square by AQ, the same thing it will continue, but now here the P, instead of oscillating, it is making a slight arc like this, but whenever the length of this length O1P, this is O1, this is P, when the length is very large, so whatever we are having the moment like this length almost it will be a straight line. So, the Grasshopper mechanism, how it will be, we will see the animation. Now, we can observe 2 point outputs at the point E, that means in our actual discussion on the diagram, it will be the point Q, Q dash, upper side and down side, it is oscillating on around a point A. In the animation, we are able to see the E is tracing a straight line and the point at the curve, that is also tracing an approximate straight line. Now, we shall check how Chebyshev mechanism will work. So, this is also one of the approximate straight line mechanism. Now, in this mechanism, we are having 4 links, O1 is a fixed link. Now, we are having a cross link like this. So, a cross. So, OA, AB and O1B, these 3 are the 3 links. Now, we need to adjust the point AB in such a way that whenever this is moving, this cross link is moving to left side and the right side, the line AB, that will be exactly perpendicular to O1. That means whenever we are having a cross link like this, right? So it is moving, so this will be perpendicular like this. If it is moving like this, it is perpendicular here. So here it is B1 A1 or A1 B1, then in this side it will become reversed, but it should be perpendicular. Like this, the lengths need to be adjusted. So here the condition is OA will be equal to O1B and the P is in between A and B. That means P will be, whenever these two lengths are equal, OA and O1B, P will be obviously the midpoint of AB. Now, the condition for P to trace approximate straight line to parallel to OO1, the condition will be the length parameters need to be adjusted in such a way AB, see this AB small length, wherever you are having this length, it is moving like this. So, this AB, OO1 and this OA or O1B both are same, they need to be in the ratio 1:2:2:2.5. Then the point P will trace approximate straight line parallel to O1. Now, we will see how the Chebyshev mechanism will work as an animation. So, with the similarity between the different linkage mechanisms that is existing between Chebyshev mechanism and the present Robert mechanism. So, whatever the links we are having in the earlier case for the Chebyshev mechanism, there we are having slight alteration. Instead of making the cross links in the Chebyshev mechanism, now we are having open links. So, here one link will be there, here another link will be there, in between we are having third link. That means we are moving one link like this, second link like this and third link will be like this. Now, we are moving in such a way that the point that is attached to middle, this middle end point that will trace an approximate straight line. So, in the diagram you see this OA and O1B both are same and AP is P is a midpoint and AB is a straight line. Now, we are hanging another link PQ. Now, we are tracing the locus of the Q, it will be for slight orientation of OA to the OA dash. So, the AB will become slightly like this or if it is to the other side like this. So, this moment will cause the moment of this PQ to be altered to another position because the P will not be at a exact position. Once it is moving like this, the P will also move to new position P dash or P2 or P double dash like this. While altering like this, it is moving to some other place. Whenever it is moving, automatically the Q will also oscillate, but it will be an approximate straight line. Now, we will see how this will work as an animation. In the Robert mechanism, we are having one analogy to our exercises. So, think that a person is standing and he is touching the left foot and right foot by means of bending the body. So, he is touching to the left, touching to the right side. So, whatever the hand position that is tracing, it will be an approximate straight line. Just by seeing the animation, we are able to identify how the exercise will go on, touching the left foot and right foot with having some distance. So, the person has to stand and bend the body like this, and he has to touch the left feet with both the hands combined and touch the right hand with both hands combined. So, these exercises tracing approximate straight line. So, from the nature itself, Robert mechanism is developed. So, the locus of the cube, it depends on exact near to exact straight line, that is approximate straight line, but it depends on the length of the link PQ. Suppose you are having in middle. So, whatever you are having the angle moment like this, it will be more when it is near, it will be less when it is far from this. So, that is the working principle of the Robert mechanism. So, in this session, these are the learning outcomes of this lecture, and by this end of the lecture, the student will be able to explain the working of different exact straight line motion mechanisms with Peseler mechanism, Hart mechanism, Scott-Russell mechanism, and the second learning outcome of this lecture is the student will be able to explain different approximate straight line mechanisms, Watt's mechanism, Grasshopper mechanism, Chebyshev mechanism and Robert mechanism. These are all different approximate straight line mechanisms. So, these are the summary of the lesson. Exact straight line motion mechanisms are discussed and approximate straight line motion mechanisms are discussed in detail with animations.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.